Good morning. Hello, everybody. Ugh. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm supposed to do it properly, otherwise Moon will strike me down. First, I gotta... Hello, everybody. Hello, bedheads and sleepy breads. Welcome back to another sleepover for Friday, where we're playing some more Rime, because I spent 15 minutes prior to stream pondering what the heck we should play today, and being the man, the myth, the legend that I am, I'm like, yeah, the best thing to do is to not ask anybody and just sit here in just pure as while thinking about it. Hello, Bells. Hello, Blue. Bells, good news. Bells, I have the best news for you right now. Are you ready for this best news? I need to know if you're ready specifically. Oh, and also, congratulations, Bells, Luna D, and Blue for first, second, and third, respectfully. Oh, Cobalt, you're a monster. A monster. Bells, my tea is still hot. No, my tea is still hot. There we go. Cobalt, you're a bum. But I accept it. I'm going to use my tea as my hydrate, though. Also, happy Friday, everybody. For those of you who are already done work for the week, congratulations. You made another week. I presume Cobalt is technically on that list. If I'm looking at my time correctly and calculating times, I believe that they are good to go, along with hopefully the rest of you. Luna D's already on a completely different day at this point. It would be 7 a.m. there. 7:10 a.m. I think. Oh, and also we're supposed to stretch and do push-ups. And wait, you're ready to disintegrate. Accurate! I did it! I finally figured it out. Finally figured it out. I'm like, okay, no. Captain Stitches is 14 hours, which means Luna D is 13 hours. I can do that. I can do that mentally. You can't see it, but I'm putting an index finger to each temple and pushing against them like right here. That's where the magic happens. My brain. Did I miss the push-ups? You haven't yet. Oh my god, you also did squat. Cobalt. Oh, Cobalt. You have moved up from just regular crime to hate crime, or to like war crime. You just stepped it up a notch. I took off the day of work yesterday because my throat was a little scratchy. Feeling a lot better today. I'm glad to hear that, Brian. But no, Luna D, you haven't missed it, because it's about to happen right now, right after we do stretches, because we're going to stretch before we start doing our other stuff. You know, you're always supposed to stretch. Who hasn't done war crimes on Will's? Most people. It violates the Geneva Convention. I mean, there's a couple of countries right now, not going to name names, but but one of them is south of me right now, that I'm pretty sure creates weaponry that's against the Geneva Convention, that they're just like, is what it is. Never committed a crime in my life. Bells? Nah, I can't say that. You're right. You're innocent. You're guilt-free. But yeah, we're going to stretch. So everybody, if you would like to join, by all means do so. And if not, that's totally fine too. You can just listen to me stretch, which I'm sure is very fun. So we reach for the skies. I've committed many crimes here. You have, Cobalt. And then we reach for the right, and that is correct, Brian. You're allowed to go back there, Brian. I think depending on how long we're going, we might raid her. Like, I don't know her very well specifically, and to the left, but a graduation is a graduation. You know, we gotta celebrate people and give them the attention they deserve for their last day. And then we reach back. And then we shake out our wrists. Are you joining me, Luna D? For the push-ups and the squats? Or are you more just like, I want to hear Will cry? I wish to watch streamers suffer and mock him thusly for his incapabilities. It's what I presume is going on in Luna D's head right now. It's the words that are conjuring up. She won't say them out loud, but that's the paraphrased version of them. I'm waiting for the how dare you. Also, yeah. I was gonna say that if the cooldown showed her, but I'm getting low on points to use to make you suffer. Oh my goodness, Cobalt. Well, then I'm now redeeming your points. Sounds dangerous, but let's get this shenanigans started. We'll start with squats as we normally do. Man, that's one thing that's a little bit sad. I would like full tracking at one point. Just for moments like this where I can just be like, yeah, I'm just bouncing my hips back and forth so that I'm stretching out my freaking hips and legs, but I can't. Squats sometimes make me T-pose. I can't T-pose because I don't have any arm stuffs. Well, I technically have the Leap motion controller, or the Leap motion device thing, but I don't have the thingy yet that I need to tuck it into my shirt. I need to buy one of those. I just use my webcam. You can do that? Luna D, give me more information. Tell me everything. But also, 10 squats. 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm trying not to hit my microphone. I'm gonna move back a little bit further. 7, 8, 9, 10. That'll teach you. There you go. This is my rebellion. All right. Push-ups time. Excuse me again. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, doing them slower sucks. Hello, Vitrify. No more slow push-ups. No more slow push-ups. Those are illegal now. Rhyme time! Yeah, Vitrify, and without me being blue. Blue is the sound that I give when I'm incapable of functioning because of my brain. Hold on, it says I'm not straight, I don't know why. Meh. There we go. Ooh, rumble, rumble. Hey Kuma, how's it going, my dude? Alright, I could have topics, but I don't know if they're interesting. I had to wake up super early this morning, and by super early this morning, I mean, as an unemployed individual, I tend to wake up around between 2 and 4 p.m. most days. And today I had to wake up at 11 a.m. So, yeah. Haha. I haven't gone back to sleep either, so I'm a little Plus I did counseling too, so had to get that all figured out and then talk about homework and all this other shenanigans, so you know, had that fun thing. But then all I did was play Cyberpunk because I'm trying to beat it before the update. I really need to get my ass on that on that and try to beat it, because I don't know if I'll do it fast enough. But I'm trying. I'm further in the game than I ever have been. And I'm excited to see where it goes. I didn't want to do it on stream, though. I feel like I wouldn't talk a lot during stream. How to say? The one problem with playing games on stream is you experience them differently. Because there's always a part of you that has to be like, no, remember, you need to be entertaining chat, too. So you need to be, you're giving the game, like, 50 to 60% of your attention, and the rest of it is going to chat, especially if it's a more complicated game. And it's like, I just want to experience this just on my own. I just want to fall into that story, and I have been. It's been really good. The only problem is that I also need to be editing, and I haven't been editing because I'm trying to beat it. Not enough hours in the day to do things. Solarcy, how's it going, my dude? How are you? Congrats on 250? I think it's 250, right? Followers? I think technically you're at 260, but still, congrats. Congratulations on the milestone. Guess where I'm at? A bar. On the bus. At a concert. Any of those you should not be watching by stream unless you're at home. Wait. Unless you're home. Dang it, it is the bus. They call it a pub. Oh, we're going to the old pub, are we? That's right, have ourselves a nice pint. Only a couple quid, that. Rather fancy tonight. It's only been raining for 6 hours. A little bit too sunny for my taste. Might need a pint or two in me to deal with it. What if Solarcy has a bus at home? Ooh, what if Solarcy's room is in a bus? But like, no, this whole idea is already falling apart at the seams. Ignore me. I was gonna say, like, what if Solarcy's room is actually in the living room, but she like took a chunk of a bus and stuffed it in the living room, and that's her room. And it's like, no, this is falling apart so fast. This is a terrible thing that I'm trying to design, and it's dumb and stupid. She just has a room. Tuesday. The bus room. There's no such thing as a bus room, Blue. Unless it's like, I wish my room was on a bus right now, so that you could take a nap. Wait, Solarcy, how many pints in are you? How much liquor has been consumed? At least 2? At least 1? None whatsoever? And I'm just being boldly presumptuous? I'm 1 White Claw in. Aren't there sleeper buses? Sleeper bussers. I love the idea of Vitrify that by sleeper bus you mean like, you know, like a sleeper agent. You just need to say the correct words to the bus, and suddenly its English voice becomes Russian, and it proclaims that it will take down the rest of the royal family and just drives off. I mean, I've slept in a bus. I slept on the bus all the time in school. I have a very hard time sleeping on the bus. No matter what bus. I used to take a bus. I sleep on the tube on the way home. Now, the tube, I presume, is the subway. Solarcy? Just so that I'm not confusing the bus with the subway in terms of lingo. Unless they both mean the tube. Okay. I've never fallen asleep on the subway before. I've mildly passed out on a bus once because I used to... Once upon a time where I used to live... I would sometimes take a bus from there to a major city in order to hang out with peeps and then come back. And then the way back was always like in the middle of the night or like pretty late at night, you know, like enough that it was dark out so you could kind of nod off for a little bit. Mad jealous of people who can sleep while traveling. Same. Bells, same. I did have it once on... I think I've said this story before, but I had it once that I was on the subway when I was still living in said major city. And, it was a long trip. Like, it was basically you got on the subway and it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12... I think it was 12 stops before the bus. And it was a packed subway. Like, every seat was taken. People were standing. I got lucky when I first got in that there was an empty seat. And I sat down. And about 4 stops later, it was a lot emptier. And there was a little spot. And there was one spot beside me. And this older, like, Asian lady sat beside me. And she kind of, like, looked at me, and I looked at her, and I gave her a smile. She gave me a smile, you know, just kind of like a hello. We're, you know, like, we're seat buddies now. And then we kept going. And about 2 stops later, all of a sudden I just feel a little thud against my shoulder, and I look over, and she is just fast asleep. Like, she is completely unconscious. So I'm like, well, I'm a pillow now. And we got off at the same stop, so I just sat there, just really quietly, trying not to wake her up. And then about a stop beforehand, she kind of like, just the way that we stopped, which was for some reason just a tad bit more aggressive than normal, kind of like nudged her awake, and she kind of realized it and was just like, oh. And I just kind of was just like, just gave her a smile, and she kind of registered there was no problem, so she just kind of nodded at me, and I nodded back, and then we both stood up because we had to get off the train. Anyway, sorry, I'm missing a bunch of messages. What's the worst that'll happen? I get my organs harvested? Meh. Wow, Vitrify. They can cut as long as I get a cut. But what if you don't survive the cut, though, Vitrify? Then they get all the cut. I'm on a special bus. The rail replacement bus, which adds an hour to my journey because... TFL. I don't know what TFL is. I'm sorry for laughing. A joke popped into my head and I decided not to pursue it. Then I don't have to worry about getting a cut because I'll be dead. Oh no. Or you're in a tub of ice just on the cusp of becoming conscious again. What about that, Vitrify? What if you're just... because... Transport for London. Oh, are you technically supposed to be on a train / subway right now, Solarcy? Is that the general idea? No, you specifically said not survive. Not survive for that long enough for them to get the cut. No, I don't have a way to recover from that idea. Vitrify, you're right. You're right. Also, I'm sorry, Solarcy. I hope that the ride goes smoothly at least. That's the best I can hope, unfortunately. It closed my line 1 hour before I was supposed to get on, and I had no idea it was happening. Oh! Was there no way to find out, or was it just poorly advertised, or was it like a minor hiccup on your part? Like it could have been found, but you'd have to look it up, which again, I guess is not really a thing on your part, because if it's not being advertised, it's very difficult to have a psychic premonition of just like, oh, I should check on the rail systems today. Poorly advertised. It wasn't on the station board when I got on today. Oh, that's terrible. That should be there like 3 days in advance. Also, yeah, looks like I'm still not fully back to 100% from yesterday, so you'll still hear me do a bunch of tangenting and not being particularly coherent, but I'm more coherent than yesterday, which is at least something. Which means we might actually be able to do 3 hours today. Maybe. Maybe. But I'm sorry to hear, Solarcy. I hope that I could provide some semblance of entertainment during your journey, but no promises. I keep looking at my notes, because like I said, I still have like notes from a couple days ago being like, yeah, you could talk about this stuff. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, I can't transition into this comfortably. Like, I can't be like, so, anybody been checking the news today? I have, and this. You know, implying that the first question was not important because I'm just simply directing it towards one particular topic where I could be like, hey, so I was reading blah today, and blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm just gonna start the game. I think that's the right choice here. Bam. Easy. Just say it, Will. No! We're gonna play video games and have fun! You get that, everybody? We're having fun now! Reminds me of, on The Simpsons, there's an episode where Bart is dating Rainier Wolfcastle's daughter. And they're in the vehicle, and he's, you know, talking, how to say it, they're making a joke. Is this where I'm supposed to be? Yes, I put that thing in there. I remember this somewhat. Somebody makes a joke and everyone starts, I think Rainier Wolfcastle himself makes a joke and everybody laughs, and all of a sudden he's like, laughing time is over now. Like, you know, like, we're not laughing anymore, and it's like, oh no. It's like that. We're having fun now. It's fun time. Everybody better be having fun. But also fine, bells. So, Sleepy Rambles. Hi, YouTube. I'm not sleepy rambling right now, silly lad. Look at me. I'm doing the opposite of rambling right now. My thoughts are direct. They are well thought out. Stop saying hi to YouTube. I'm not clipping this. God damn it, what did I just say? We will not be talking anymore. Your focus is focusing. Hey, Small, how's it going? Now you have to clip it. I do not. writes down the message really quick for future thoughts. Could probably slap that out in a little while. No, you would want that too much. The clip would be called, like, this is what happens when chat knows that you make sleepy ramble videos. Or, like, when chat tells you to make a clip. There you go. When chat tells you to clip something. There you go. That'll be what it is. Are you happy now? Nope, we're writing it down. What time is it? 30 minutes. I'll find it through that, although this particular page is getting really full. Now, what I was going to talk about, and how's it going, Smalls? I hope that you're having a good day today. Happy Friday. I was gonna say, so the other day, I was just, every now and then, because I don't know if it's ADHD brain or if it's just something that people do, but I was looking up something in my phone. And if you go to Google on your phone, just below the search bar, there'll be articles. And sometimes I like to just zoom through those really quickly. Just see some titles, see if anything appeals to me. Most of the time, it's just clickbait trash. But all of a sudden, I see this article that's called something like, I think it was top 5 dating sim games. And the 2 images that were on the screen of the article, like, you know, like there was the title and then there was an image. And one of them was Penny from Stardew Valley. To which I'm like, is Stardew Valley a dating sim? I feel like it's a farming sim with dating sim elements to some degree. You know what I mean? I feel like that one's already kind of rocky. But then the other one, the other character on the page, is one of the characters from Honey Pop. And I'm like, is that a dating sim? I guess kind of. You know, like, it is, sort of. Like, you're filling a heart bar, which, I don't know, like, you do through mini games and... Hold on, you know what? This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do, and I'm sorry that this is happening now. Dating simulator definition. Let's specifically see what it says. A video game subgenre which simulates the progress of befriending and maintaining a relationship with characters in game. Wow, that is super vague. Okay, never mind. By that logic, it actually works. I guess it is technically a game sim to some degree. Of course, they consider it dating sim because the article writer never knew about Newgrounds. First of all, hello, Fenrir. And second of all, my brain kind of went there too. It's like, no. Newgrounds had dating sims. But like, by the thing that we just read, technically it is because there is the development and the maintaining of relationships with other characters. So by that logic, it's technically a dating sim. Both of them are. It's just, I don't know. At first glance, it's like, I guess they're technically considered subgenres, so like, it's not their, I think the problem is that's not their primary focus. Like, Stardew Valley is a farming sim with The Sims is also a dating sim. I think that one you could argue is more of a dating sim, though, to some degree. Wouldn't you say, though, Bells? Because, like, you have to, like, interact with people. You can gift gifts. You can... Like, The Sims is like a life simulator, and life requires relationships. You know what I mean? And, like, you can go from how to say, like, it's not just you. I mean, technically you could. I don't know, I just built. Oh, that's right. You don't play The Sims. You play one chunk of The Sims. You don't know the suffering, Bells. You don't know the suffering of trying to get another job and you need 5 friends, so you gotta keep having parties and talking to everybody in order to make sure that you have 5 goddamn friends, just so that you can move up one career path, just to make a little bit more money, to try and recuperate from all the money that you spend on those parties. You have no idea. You play The Sims casually. You don't know what suffering in The Sims is, pals. Maybe you should show us the struggle in a stream. Use cheat codes to get infinite money. You don't. Oh, Bells. Oh, God. The elitist in me is just like, you are wrong and you play The Sims wrong. And I know that you don't, because The Sims has mechanics in it that allows you to play the way that you want to play. The freaking cheats are an infinite, are, how to say it, they're known for a very specific reason. Because some people like to play The Sims like an architectural game. I don't. My house in The Sims is a box with more boxes inside that basically are, this is the kitchen box, this is the living room box, this is the bathroom box, this is the bedroom box. Wallpaper? Never heard of it. I bet Bells also plays Minecraft in creative mode. Oh yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. Just never mind a block in a day in her life. She just makes castles. Is this you, Will? Oh no, I'm afraid of what you've just sent. I abducted a tired note. I think I've seen that episode before, Akuba. Bold of you to assume I've played Minecraft. So basically, your house in The Sims is a living color scheme. Then it has necessities. It's why I like playing The Sims games that have apartments, because apartments you can just, how to say it. This is how much space you have. Try and fill it with the things that you need. All of the wallpaper and stuff is done for you. Perfect. I don't have to deal with that. What do they need? Do they need a TV? No. Do they need a computer? Yes. Perfect. Put a computer in there. They need a bed. They need a bathroom. They need a shower. They need a, how to say it? They need a fridge, a stove, a dishwasher, and a sink, and like two counters just in case the first one has stuff on it. And they need like, no, the computer would be entertainment. Oh, and they definitely need an easel. They always need an easel so that they can get their creativity skill up, get their painting skill to max, and just make infinite money just by painting all day every day. And then if they ever need extra things for their work, we get it. If they need logic, chessboard. If they need athletics, treadmill. If they need, I don't know, mixology, like bar. If they need, what are some of the other skills? Mechanics, bookshelf. Or sorry, bookcase and sofa. Boom. The minute it's not needed anymore, it probably stays because it's just easier. But other than that, they need mixology. Just buy a blender. That's blue. Blue. Blue, that's not mixology. That's... I'm gonna go. We're just gonna start walking. That's what we're gonna do. Wait. Mwah. Never forget. know why they'd learn to animate for mixology. What? Are you... What? Blender. Going online was a mistake. A mistake, I say. Ooh. So what game is this? This is Rime, Fenrir. It is a puzzle game. Like a third-person puzzle game. I really feel like walking over this is dangerous, though. You know what I mean? Something bad is gonna... Yeah, the camera's even trying to... Go ahead. Do the thing. You're gonna do a thing. Hold on. Nice. Is it any good? I have enjoyed the heck out of it so far, Fenrir. It has been very nice and enjoyable. It has intuitive controls. It has... Oh, God. And it's just recently started becoming scary. No! Well, scary in quotation marks, but... No, 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 no. One moment. As an expediter? I'm not sure what an expediter entails, but grats on the new gerb. Oh, wait. On my scream, say die. I think they expedite things. Ah, of course. Makes so much sense. Do you enjoy your new job, Fenrir? Or at the very least, does it, does the bills do the pay? Wait. Puzzle me this. Why is chat so handsome? No! Oh, this is how to get back. Get bonked, nerds. Okay, I can't go back this way yet. Expediter, as in I'm in the kitchen looking over all the orders and making sure that everything gets out on time. And with the right server, I do like it. Ah, okay. So basically your job is to make sure that shit runs properly. Oh no, I can't pick it up while I'm being yelled at. No. Please. Get lit. I did it. I lit that boy up. Oh God, chat's going too fast. Blender the program. No, I followed Kuma. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to do too many things. Currently playing Harvestella. I put a little bit of time into that game, Fenrir. I felt the combat was a little bit weak, but the general gameplay loop was pretty good. I hope that you're enjoying it, though. Oh, hello, friend. I am stuck, and now I'm going to die. Thank you, Gabe. I accidentally found a glitch. Oh God, tell me that I'm not. There we go. I was about to say, I'm gonna die soon, right? No, that was the hope, Blue. I needed it to stop doing what it was doing. But I'm not sure how to approach this little situation because I don't have any light here, and I can't climb up here. I don't think I can throw the rock up here either. Currently in chapter 6. I enjoy the combat. I don't know if you unlock this job. But so far, the pilgrim job is my favorite. I have no idea what chapter I made it to. I made it to the... Without spoiling anything, the unicorn-esque character? Does that mean anything? I hope that means something. Oh god, I don't think I'm gonna get away from him at this rate. Ooh, I might be able to. Okay, he is gonna let me go. By let me go, I mean he's too silly. Ah. I need to stay quiet then. Okay. Yeah, I didn't make it super far, unfortunately. Good night, nerds. Though I don't think I have to worry about you too much. Oh, wow, you come back immediately if I just turn my back. Got it. Yeah, I didn't have a lot of time in that particular, at that particular moment, so, oh. I guess there's really only one place I can go, huh? Into the water. I thought these guys were friendly. And then they just became mean. The only thing I can tell you about combat is it gets better the further you go in and you unlock more abilities. That's fair, and I appreciate. Oh, no. Oh, they come back fast. Yeah, this thing needs to be put in the right place immediately, and then the run's gotta start right afterwards. Okay, so it's probably right here that I need to do it. Go, 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 go. Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. That's literally not an option. Alright, well, that thing doesn't get touched then. Yet. I presume I maybe send some light this way later. Maybe. I'm not sure. But we'll find out soon enough. Maybe that's just an item that there's a very particular way that you're supposed to do it, and I just don't know how to yet. I like it better here, where there's not scary things trying to kill me. Going down makes you fall. People would climb up and down the steps. Let me see. Oh! Where are you? There you are. Hello. But I do hope that you're having a good time, Fenrir. Sounds like you are, which is good. Shatter. What's going on, Pupperino? Also, it looks like I can jump in and go under. Can, but there's nothing. Well, I gave it a try. Oh, to finish off the thought, I think the reason it's more confusing is because it's not just a pure dating sim. Like, it's more of a... How to say it? It's an attached-on mechanic. Whereas, like, I guess you could argue that to some degree, Honey Pop is a dating sim in the forefront, even though it's more of a connect-em-all situation. What's going on? Can I climb through there? I can. And you want me to really badly. Sorry I mentioned the job because it's not unlocked to level 3. Don't say anything else because it will spoil the game. Just beating myself. Oh, you're totally fine, my dude. I'm not worried about you spoiling like one job. It won't cause any, how to say it, won't cause me to lose any sleep. Now if you just flat out just like, did you know that character X does Y and that causes Z? It's like, okay, well, now I'm gonna have to say something. But you don't seem like the kind of person that would do that, so I am not too worried about it. Okay, so several things involved here. 1, activate. Oh, goodness. Oh, it's one of these puzzles, is it? Oh. Oh! Oh, no. I'm not going to talk about the individual characters because I'm not sure anyone in your chat has played it or cares. That's fair. And that's appreciated. Always good to be a little bit cautious when talking about certain things. Alright, you. Turn this way. Hey Ling, how's it going? It's about time that you start relaxing a bit. I'm sorry, what does this do? Get Hecarino'd, you goobers. Oh, and that activated the tree? I overslept and didn't really have lunch. You better be eating something, Ling. We don't accept anything else. I will not allow any other answers. I had bubble waffle. I don't know what that is, but I hope that it was... I hope that it was good and filling. There's no way I'm going to be able to jump over there. Does it get me back to the start? It gets me back downstairs. Amazing. Oh my god, I went to my computer to tell you about my motion capture program and then forgot to actually tell you. Ah, classic. Don't worry, Lunity. Yesterday I was typing to somebody, then walked away from my computer, then switched to something else, and then saw I hadn't finished typing the thing, but I had already left the chat, and was like, I have no idea who I was talking to. I don't have a clue. The program I use for my full body motion capture is X and XR Animator. I will have to look into that. Enjoy the waters. Oh wait, does that boy activate now? A core thing. Ooh, we were told about this in a dream. Need a second webcam since I prefer the VC face capture. Well, then I'm very lucky because I actually use my iPhone for the for the facial mocap. So my webcam is just kind of being useless. So that's actually really sweet. Thank you for telling me that, Lunity. That could actually put me... Oh, God. Oh, why does it ooze? No. Oh. Well, we killed the tree. Are we going to talk about how we killed the tree? So if you add blonde shapes, you can use XR animated for more facial expressions. It's what I've done. It's why I can... I might be lagging a little bit at the moment, and I apologize. Except for I did it in Unity, which we can't talk about now, because now Unity's bad. Oh, is this where you go? Can you go on here? Oh. Wait, I feel like we're not done over here yet. Oh, no. I wanted to test the iPhone with my setup, but I don't want to just buy an iPhone outright since I don't know if it'll add much. Oh, I flat out just bought one, Lunity. It was super on sale, and I'm like, worth it. I don't know if it was worth it. I hope it was worth it. Yeah, it looks like I can't really do anything here. So guess we're just going this way. We have this. I see that already. I thought the purchase was worth it, especially since it was discounted, because I like the fact that my expressions are super, how to say, they're very, oh wait, is that what this is for? Is it just to hold the door open? Hey, Moon, how's it going? Aha! Then the streamer realized it wasn't worth it because the next model was already on its way. I wish I had more models on their way, Fenrir. I make all my models myself. Wait, why'd you... Oh. We use doors to break the growths. That makes sense. How you doing, Moon? Happy Friday. Better not be working right now. You better be taking your Friday to have a Friday. I will not accept any other responses. Wait. Oof. Oh. Eh. Ooh, okay. If I jump down, is everything doomed? And ba-dump. Oh, it's a bigger orb now. The Orby has increased in size. I can't make that jump. I fell into bushes. I'm dead now. Lol. Wait. Where are you supposed to go, big guy? That's your resting place? Oh, hello. Yo. Mistakes. Okay, not mistakes. Well, I'm doing alright. Still recovering a little bit from yesterday, but I'm in a better position now. Alive! See? I can voice act. I can roars. Okay, where do you need to be? Hold on. I don't know where I'm supposed to take you specifically. I guess technically I can push you over here. It's another symbol, so maybe that'll trigger this to slide across, maybe? I mean, or it'll open up one of the babies. Now we can yell at baby. Rawr! Oh, goodbye. Yeah, it's goodbye, new friend. We lost friend. I can't wait for you to voice act in the Benjamin Toast movie. Will never exist, Blue. If that were to ever exist, I would freak out and would have no idea what to do. Ah, dang it. How do I keep punching my freaking microphone? No, relax. Oh, I didn't even know I could just crash into that. Alright, multiple locations. I presume this is the first one that I need to put it on. Because then we go, rawr. Magnet? Oh, we're gonna make a new body for him. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Alright, open that up. Let me guess, this will lead me to parts unknown again. Rawr. Okay, yeah, we're up top. Yep, we're giving him a body. Amazing. Honestly, fantastic. No, you can do it. You can walk, dang it. Wait, I have to put something here. Oh. Wait, can I do that? Bring me back downstairs. I don't think I can get that block in there fast enough. We made a friend. Really wants me to use this thing. Like, this is definitely on the docket in terms of what we need to be doing. Here, have some light. I don't know if that helped. Yeah, I figured. Alright. Be really funny if you get cast as Benjamin Toast and someone else get cast as well. Vitrify, that's not even funny. You can't make jokes like that. Those are illegal jokes. And also because Benjamin Toast is a silent character. He doesn't make us, he doesn't talk. But you'd know an executive said some crap like that, you know, like, we feel... Oh, you follow the light. Thank you. Stay there, please. You know, like, we feel that the appeal, that this other actor brings more appeal and gravitas to the role. And it's like, what do you mean? It's me. And it's like, yes, you're you, I suppose, but, you know, what do you bring to the table? And it's just like... I think Will needs to voice act somebody that's constantly falling asleep. So myself, I can sit there quietly. I could sit there quietly. Just... Perfect for a silent protagonist, but I'm me. I can't play Benjamin Toast. Benjamin Toast is himself. Look at him. Look at him on my shoulder. He's got his music device. He's being a good boy. He's trying to run away. Actually, we're replacing your character with this Kaju fellow. No! No! And hello, Avatar! Avatar, how would you feel if you went... If they made a movie about you, but they didn't cast you as you, but they cast you in the movie, but just as, like, a different character? How would you feel? How would you react to such things? I would react poorly. That'd be so funny. No, you're not supposed to laugh. You're supposed to be upset like me. I think Bells would be a great avatar. No! Bells makes a great Bells. I'd be in on the joke. No, it's not a joke. It's upsetting. Alright, you noodle. Where are we going? I don't slay hard enough to be Avatar. Well then, by that logic, Avatar doesn't slay hard enough to be Avatar. Now what? Okay, how would I feel if they made a movie of me, but I was a different character? Okay, with the exception that the movie will drive everyone to extreme depression. Wait, where are you going, buddy? Why don't you keep going? Thank you. It's very nice of you. Now I'm up here. Ooh. That's the door we haven't gone through yet. What is here? Ooh. Do we find something? Avatar slays the perfect amount. Yeah, to play as Avatar. Exactly. See, I'm glad you understand. Oh, it's another one of them. Another one of the white spirits. Hello. And they just vanish. That's it. We have no idea what it means, who they are. Will in chat, have you played Rune Factory 5? I think I've played Rune Factory 4 specifically. But I would have to double check. I beat the game in less than a week. That's not surprising. That's not surprising at all, Ling. I don't know how you have time to do the things you do, genuinely. It blows my mind every time. It's just like, how? Down, please. Or up, please. That's the correct one. And down we go. Hey! Leave that boy alone! Oh no, but we need another Orby in order to... Oh dear. That's right, there's orbs! Never mind, there's still hope. But I haven't picked my marriage option yet. Well, you gotsta! Obviously, that's part of the game. Did I go through here already before? Are we I think we are, aren't we? We're moving forward, but we have a buddy now. Yeah, this is looking pretty familiar, all things considered. Marriage option, but I finished the story before I got married and other stuff. So I'm still unmarried on my file. Again, this is still not surprising to me. Ling, this seems very much like something you would do. Marriage? Marriage? Who has time for marriage? There's story to gather. Ling. That's what I'm saying. Palia new update is up. I have not played Palia in several weeks at this point. So, lol. You can't harm me because I don't have time. My current target is to beat Cyberpunk before the update. That's the current goal. What's Palia? Palia is an MMO. Joke's on you. I'm more of a cat person. Do I have to yell at you? How do we do this? Do I gotta stand near you? Oh, I probably have to summon you. And, Brian, Palia is a, semi-MMO farming sim. Farming sim in the sense of, like, all the different sims. like, you know, mining, farming, building, wood cutting. Wait, I see the climb mechanics. Oh. I'm gonna go like this. Or not. Oh, he will not move forward unless I am in the right, going the right direction. Waiting for Palia to come to the switch. Didn't it start on the switch, Fenrir, or am I completely off my rocker on that one? Don't answer that. Probably off my rocker. Made it home. Congrats, Solarcy. Welcome home. Oh, it didn't start on the switch. That's my bad. I didn't realize. I didn't know that the game was in beta-ling. I thought it was done. You know, I presumed that you only played finished games. There's just some water down there. Okay, we don't gotta worry about it. Oh. Yeah. Spooky scaries. Ling only plays Finnish games. Ah, of course. How could I have been such a fool? I was still exploring, game. I wasn't done up there. No, you're not gonna yell at the fires. Fine, we won't yell at the fires. But know that I'm upset about it. Oh, we're all the way back here again? Oh, we need him now in order to make progress. Did you go in a circle? We did, Ling. But now with the boy behind us. The bark scared my dog. Oh my goodness. But you know what? In hindsight, this explains a lot. And it's also really good because we need them in order to deal with a bunch of things, honestly. Puppy, do I need to come up there? Is that what's happening? Did I goof because I missed something? Only finished games. Hey, I'm playing Cyberpunk 2077 right now. It's not finished, but it's trying. No Man's Sky. I think No Man's Sky at this point you could argue is finished and getting content. Like, if I'm recalling correctly, at least all of its, how to say it, like the general goals of it have been reached. Oh, that's right. Does he create light, which allows us to actually... Oh, they just permanently go away if you do that. Ah, we just had to wait. Must lunch. Enjoy the lunch. Buddy, slow down. I can only move so fast. I don't even think I need this thing, but I'm taking it with me regardless. Oh. That's a lot of them. Well. Goodbye. Get heckin' despelled. Return to the dark corners from whence you came, foul creatures. Be gone! And that's why we went in a circle. So there's still a light back there, and I'm worried that I need to grab another one. Oh no. I've been afraid of this frickin' spot, but we're hoping that he comes across without falling. Hold our breaths. Okay. Everything is fine. Go on. Go on, buddy. There you go. No, it's okay. This happens sometimes. It's okay. You're gonna be okay. Game, don't you take away my ability to control my directions. Have we gone this direction before? I don't know if we've been this way before. Well, even if we have, we gotta frickin' chase him down. Oh, this is looking... Yeah, we've been here before for certain. Is he gonna crash through that wall? No hesitation. Do it. That thing reminds me of Deer Ball from Mega Man X. I got nothing on that one. Ling, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, Brian, unfortunately. Sorry, you and Ling both have red names. Brain got flipped. I don't know that one, unfortunately, but I'll Google it. Deer Ball. Deer Ball. Mega Man X. Oh, I can see the resemblance. I can immediately see the resemblance, actually. Like, oh, there it is. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Bunch of notifications. Oh goodness, Kaju. Wait, is Kaju streaming Apex? Of course he is. What a nerd. All right, we're going to take a tiny little break because my brain is starting to again. So, quick pause. All right, everybody. For those who aren't aware, around an hour roughly, or like once an hour, we try to do a little break just to get up and move around. So we're going to take a quick 5 to 10 minute break. If you can and are able to, I hope that you get up and stretch. Grab yourself something to eat, grab yourself something to drink. Make sure that you guys are taking care of yourselves. I'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes, and I will see you guys very soon. Oh, we have a new BRB screen. with new music. I really want to know if it's too flashy, not flashy enough, it's fine, if the music's good, etc. Let me know. But yeah, BRB screen. Enjoy, hopefully. Paranoia kicking in. Have fun. Ah. And we're back. I hope that was fine. I hope that was okay. I made it last night in well, I made the screen last night in what do I call it? Hyper focus derp brain. Like, nope, that's how it's gotta be. And thank you, Blue. I appreciate that. Oh. Wait, how do I get over there? Oh, no, there's stairs. But the stairs aren't... And thank you, Brian, and thank you, Moon. Very much appreciated. We're probably not going to go for the full 3 hours today. I am mentally still kind of fatigued. Come on. Come on. Well, that was a very poor throw. The plan was to throw it over there. But, didn't do that correctly. I'll grab that in a second. Thank you so much for the hydrate. Oh, you just go there? Alright. I'm alright with you just doing what's supposed to happen. Alright, really carefully. No, didn't mean to yell it. No! Dang it. Can't believe you just go there. I can't believe you would just go there, dude. Why would you do that? How could you? Hashtag he went there. Oh my god, he went there. This dude. Going places he clearly shouldn't. Drama. Really seems like... Oh no, there was a climb spot. I was about to say, really seems like this game wants me to climb this part. There we go. That makes more sense. Man, I do hate being in this mindset where, like, I feel like I'm just constantly thinking, but like the thinking isn't leading to anything, if that makes sense. You know, like I'm sitting here just like, I don't say, I just have like all of my back burner thoughts in my mind, and it's just like none of this stuff is very helpful or inducive or entertaining to people, and it's just like, brain, can you please just... I'm sorry. Alright, Avatar. Talk. How do they do this? How do they make you climb up a bunch of stuff and then appear back at the bottom? Answers are required. How did the game developer make it so that you can climb up a heck ton of stairs or climb up an entire post thing, but then you end up lower than you were before? How do you approach this? How do you do the thing? It wouldn't be difficult if they had 2 to 3 different connected versions of it. And when you approach the second, it seamlessly teleports you to the appropriate part of the middle. So you're saying that there's a couple of different maps? Or am I misunderstanding what you're saying? Because I feel like that would be a lot of memory. I wasn't paying attention. Hold on, it wouldn't be hard to... You know what? Fair enough. Don't worry about it, my dude. I'm just thinking out loud, and I'm just kind of like, Avatar does this stuff. That makes sense. Oh god, and we're about to shatter another crystal. And a climbing section. This reminds me of... What the heck are those darn things called? You're supposed to put your eye through them and then turn the end piece, if that makes sense. A kaleidoscope or something like that. Kaleidoscope. There you go. I know what's what. Don't worry, Will. You're still sane. Don't worry. Everybody's a little mad sometimes. Oh. We have an army. Heck, I know I need to go that way, but I saw a puzzle and I need to fix the puzzle. Hold on. I'm supposed to do this, but I'm gonna. Yeah, that'll teach you. Love to talk to you about dynamic stitching in games, but still got me up here, though. Aha! A horn. Oh, no, it's one of these things again. I'm solving the puzzle of explaining it to you, but am asked not to. I'm sorry, Avatar. I realized how complicated of a question it was that I was asking. And how it would be very difficult to actually explain it. It's like, no, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I'm being unreasonable for even asking this. That's not what it's not intended to be like, you know what, never mind. Like, clearly you don't get it. It's like, no, never mind. I realize that this is a lot of potential explaining. Hold on, sorry. I'm also doing too many things. Oh, I really wish I had slept well last night. Are you thinking about an Mobius loop or whatever the heck it's called? Hi, friends. Imagine a bug walking across some paper. Talking about a Mobius loop. No! Idiot. That was a joke. Just flat paper. I am imagining a bug walking on flat paper. Sure what I'm supposed to do right now. Like it won't let me. Oh. Crap, how do I approach this? When you reach the end of the sheet, you can either Either place a duplicate paper in front of it, or you can use god powers and teleport it to the beginning of the paper. It's on. Okay, I'm following that. Oh! Got it. Wait, is everybody coming along? Okay, they all want to go that way, because that makes sense to them. Let me guess, they're gonna start popping out from this side too? Yup. They are now doing the forever walk. Which means we don't have to worry about them anymore. Pressing the puzzle cell, yeah, I'm, how to say, relatively good at puzzle solving until I'm not. I don't know if anybody here's ever played Antechamber. Antechamber, I think it was the name of the game. That was a game I just did not understand. My buddy's just like, you're pretty good at puzzle games. I bet you can do this. And then he's sitting there watching me struggle with it. He's like, I really thought you were going to be good at this. I'm just like, well, you thought wrong, didn't you? Ah, good times. I think I solved like maybe half of the puzzles by myself, and the rest I'm like, dude, help. He's like, you serious? And I'm like, yeah, please. He's like, all right. Remember that this is a thing. And I'm like, oh. The ants are the bosses that you gotta fight at the end of the puzzle. Oh, hello. Oh, eventually you all end up here? Alright, off you go. The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. Oh, there's water at the end. So I presume they just... It's not going to let me swim under. Oh no, they do just keep walking. Under the water. But we'll be blinded soon and we won't know where they went. All right, the boat. We woke up again. Is he still there? I didn't even see what the achievement was in the sky. What? If he goes overboard, first of all, hello, Navek.
Hey!
If he goes overboard, I'm gonna be pissed. You jackass! Don't. That's how you got your darn cape? You let Dad die? You let Dad die? Madge. Hello, Navek. How are you? I'm upset. thank you for carrying me there, buddy. Dead has this thing where his body... Oh, they're just hiding it, Avatar. We all know that it's just to make sure that we can't see that he's truly just the king from all the images. Though then again, we do lose our colors if those one boys show up and go all up on our souls. So it could be that he's corrupted. Story-wise, it actually wouldn't be too off to be able to, for that to be a thing. Pardon the yawn. I should do better. I will do better. No. It looks like that's the way I'm supposed to go. The fox leads the child through the shadows and the walkers to reach the plateau. He could be a corrupt king. I don't know what I'm supposed to take away from that, Avatar, but the smugness makes me concerned. What are you trying to say, Avatar? You mean he's a bad guy, or do you mean that he's like a wealthy guy? Those are two different statements. Yeah. I'm sticking to my guns on what I just said. Don't dig too deeply into it. I'm not fully here yet. I'm saying he probably embezzled it. Oh no! Those are serious allegations, Avatar. You ever just ponder a joke and then realize it's terrible? And you're like, I just shouldn't say this. This is just bad, and there's no other way to describe it. Speaking of the king... Just trying to make him whistle. He wouldn't whistle. I'm sorry, king. Or as, oh my god. Well, thank you, Blue. Now I can't even make that joke anymore, cause all tension is gone. Cause he's pooping now. He's having a sad poop. It's okay. I'm just teasing you. Are we gonna talk about those lads? Just, oh, they're gone now? Okay, that's actually just a solid wall. It's okay, Blue. I tease. Oh, welcome back, buddy. I don't know where that leads. Do I want to gamble it? I kind of do. Heck it. There's no save points. We just learn as we go. Up. Was this a good choice? Probably not. Water effects are so good. Dude. Right? I don't know why I'm not talking about it. In my head, I'm like, man, look at this place. I'm just having a time. Dang it, we are back at the start, aren't we? Maybe we're not? Where am I going and what have I done? What choices led me to this point, and were they good choices? I'm gonna need a mini vacation from streaming at the end of this month, I think. Ooh. Gamble! And not a word, chat. Not a word. Don't say nothing. What did I say, Blue? I said not a word. Looks like this is just the end of that. Hopping off here is dangerous, though. But it gets us back to... Oh, this is right where we were! Haha! Were they good choices? I don't know. But they were will choices. They were certainly choices. That's a letter. You mean F? Is that what you're trying to play this off as? Like, haha, can't be upset with me. Oh, they're keys. They themselves are the keys. Interesting. Dogdo, hello Dogdo, how are you? Do the thing where I'm not fun at parties, but some words have one letter in them, or one letter long. Thank you, Avatar. See? Someone with some sense. Wait, where am I supposed to go? I know I can't climb that. There must be something I'm missing. Oh! Thank you. Please use F in a sentence. You just did. Just now. I saw it. There you go. Avatar just did too. So if I get a bunch of keys and forge them into a sword, would I make a keyblade? I would say you could make that argument. I think some people might give you pushback, but you could make that potential argument, especially if you turned them all into one giant key. Ah, the rain is so pretty. Welcome back, Moon. Yeah, we were just talking about it. Oh god, did I goof? I think I goofed. Heck. Okay. They don't do mega punishments for the goofing. Yeah, and then you get the nice little piano music in the background too. It's a good time. That looks like a dangerous jump. I'm really trying to make it seem... How did he know? Also, thank you for the stretch, Moon. I will stretch in one moment. Definitely can't get up there. I can't get up there myself, but I can climb other things to get there. Right. While we watch him wander off, she's going down there. All right, we're gonna do a quick stretch. So reach for the skies. And we're gonna lean to the right. I actually kind of need this. Posture's been getting bad again recently. Oi, don't start activating things while I'm not there. And to the left. Heck, the door's opening without us. I lean back. And we shake out our wrists. All right, so it's a timed situation, so we actually need to keep up with stuff. Got it. We're learning things about the game. Thank you. I guess that's the last gate. Ooh, I would have missed this if I hadn't checked over here. One more down. We're only missing 5. I think this is Buddy. Oh, we're gonna lose Buddy. Buddy has to be the one to open up the last gate. Yep. Buddy, you know how it's gonna go. He's gotta do it. It's the only way. That's what he's gotta do, bud. That's what he's here for, unfortunately. Wait, you learn things? I've never done that. Oh, I know for a fact that you've done it before, Fenrir. You wouldn't be able to get through the video games that you're good at if you didn't. I believe in your abilities. Spooky shadows. It's me, I think. Thank you, Avatar. No, it looks like they're not the soul-eating versions. Wait, are we about to do the same puzzle that we did at the very beginning? Yep. Okay, so we gotta find the other ones. It's 3 in total. Mr. Fox, why? I don't know, Dogdo. I've never played this game before, so I'm just going with what the game wants me to do. Because it's the only thing I can do. Mario. Oh, I know what you were doing, Avatar. Well done. Oh my god, wait. Did you do that just for the lulz? It was for the lulz, wasn't it? But I appreciate it. Thank you for the clip. What other reason would I do this for? Future evidence. For when the police come knocking on my door, you can be like, "Officer, I have what you need." Slaps down 15 different clips. And I'm like, "I always knew you were trouble, Avatar." You were just like, "You were the one who was trouble. I was just here to clean up." Oh, there's a potential lot to this. I have no evidence that there is a future. Physically, experimentally, etc. Wait, hold on. That jump is doable. This jump isn't. But there is something over here. The only thing that doesn't make sense here is that teeter-totter would eventually tip back down again, wouldn't it? I guess if there was enough force that it shifted as well. No, never mind. I take it back. I take it back. Initial thought processes were incorrect. You are, and I will shout. One left over there. Got a tiny bit of a trip left. Oh no, there's two more, I think, if I'm seeing that correctly. Just want to peek in here really quickly to make sure I'm not missing anything. Nope. Just a way to get out of the rain for a while. Kind of. The ground is still damp, but... Okay. Is this the moment in time when I should be asking if anybody knows what kind of rock this could be? Because I know that this ain't all made out of obsidian. That just ain't it. Alright, what happens here? More water? Oh, it just crumbles. That works too. Oh, there's the thing. Unless the devs are GLGs. I'm sure they don't know either. Oh, Avatar. They know. Somehow they know. Ah, dang it. Alright, that's how we're going to play this card game, are we? And yes, they probably don't know. You right. But that doesn't mean we can't speculate. Oh, I have to do that first. All right. We're checking for all of these prior to moving forward. Otherwise, careful there. It's a load bearing. Part-time dev and part-time geologist. Look, sometimes you just gotta do what your heart tells you to do, you know? Make video games about stone. Game developers are usually multidisciplinary by nature. By the nature of things. Yeah, either they're very good at coding and like animation, or modeling, or they know some really random, obscure stuff that they just need to know in order to be able to even do what they... I would play a game. I would play a game for the rocks. But it would have to be a good game about rocks, though, right, Bells? It couldn't just be like, you know, like the game Rock of Ages, for instance. You know, that's a rock game. Dwarf Fortress is about rocks. You know, I can't argue against that. That is a reasonable statement. It could be a mediocre rock game. Could it, though? Wait, but I activated that one already, didn't I? Or did I just miss one? I must have missed one by accident. How embarrassing. Yeah, because that's the only one left. There's a game about the rock? I mean, there could be. If we all work together, we could make it happen, though that probably exists, honestly. There's so many games out there, there's no way that it doesn't exist. Can't convince me otherwise. How did I miss you? Must have just walked past it. I get the general idea here. It's a climbing section. I'm just not sure where I start. Oh, is it here and then you jump over? No. I'm dumb? Question mark? I must be. Must be from up there to over there. There we go. Putting the thoughts together. Figuring out the directions. Or maybe not. Uh-oh. The poor fox is sad. Fox does seem a little bit sad. Or do I just go in here? Is that the whole thing? No. No, I'm just bad. Oh my god, I'm worse than bad. It was right here, all along. All the information was just at my fingertips. Dwarf Fortress represent rocks well. There's no iron ore. There's hematite, limite, and magnetite. That one's gonna be a problem. That one's not gonna land very easily with me, Avatar. I'm sorry. That'll be the rock that breaks me. Magnemite is a Pokemon. Thank you, Bells. I only know Magnemite. And that'll be the last one then. So I presume we gotta go that way now. Maybe? All the way to the other side. Easy. Ooh. Well, managed to survive that fall. I presume we can't get into the dome from here, though. It's probably a big drop. Yep. Alright. And we go around. Right, technically, This way's probably the faster way. Well, there might not be. Where's all the copter? All the copper sits on pile of tetrahedrite. Avatar just over here, just like, I'm very smart. And everyone's just like, oh? And you're just like, and he's like, yeah, check this out. I know what tetrahedrite is. And everyone's like, oh, but nobody knows that. Avatar, nobody knows that. And you're like, I know that. And everyone's like, oh, he's so smart. I'm not smart. I have a wiki open. Let me do a little storytelling, Avatar. I'm trying to tell a story, and you're like, no, actually, I just have a wiki page open. Honestly, very simple. Anybody could do it. Oh, and now we do it. Rar. Oh, he himself becomes a summoning thing. Eva smart. Exactly. So confused by what's happening, though, I will admit. Though this doesn't seem good. Oh. We statued. Ah. So it was us all along. I was right. Oh, he's a heartless now. Looks like a heartless. Why? Why? A crying... should probably be a king. The crying child. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, I mean... kinda hard to say otherwise, right, Moon? Failed miserably. Look, not all of us can achieve Blue's levels. We try. And we fail. But we continue to try. As people. Ooh, don't you dare fall off. Okay. What? No. No, you have to... Thank you. Wait, am I supposed to drop? No. Alright, they're all in front of the door now. With the chain. Ah. Literally telling me where to go, and I'm just not being a goober right now. A goofy goober, one might even say. I'll be calling here. No problem at all, Brian. You have yourself a great night. If you can, make sure to say one more farewell to, Akka. I think it's Akka, right? I hope I'm saying that name correctly. Ah, hello. More light is required. The bread was going. Crime? What sort of crime bread? Domestic abuse. That's unacceptable. We don't accept those kind of thought processes here. We treat our significant others with respect. Oh god. Oh, I don't like how dark it is. Some of those jumps are a little bit hard to see. What about arson? Depends on what you're aiming for. Can I climb up the chain? Potentially acceptable. Doesn't even yell at the lamp. I'm sorry I missed it, Dogdo. I'm just curious what happens when I do all the things. Oh, I recognize this puzzle immediately. Oh wait, is this finally the actual top of the tower? Oh, we're at the bottom. Oh. I presume I don't have to run anymore, but I'm not sure. Ooh, the idea of falling into the sky. No, get up. You can do it. Let's make our way to that light source. What the heck are you guys talking about? Oh yeah, whenever you get close to it, it just casts you back in. Alright. No hope. Hit your lowest point. So we were Dad all along. And there goes child. Don't you dare, you brat! Sorry, just processing all the information at the moment. Apologies. We obviously can't go there. There's basically only one place that we can go. He's gonna crumble when we touch him, isn't he? And now we play as Dad. Bells, do you think he lets his tea get cold? I bet he lets his tea get cold. Ah, we're going in the opposite direction. So then this is his son's room. He's gonna go unlock the door. I recognize you. Oh, these are all the items that you can get while you're traveling. Okay, because I only got these 3. I didn't unlock all the other stuff. Or I didn't find it, rather. I presume there's nothing else I can interact with in here. No, it doesn't look like it. About to say, and credits, I presume? Letting go, accepting things as they are. So was the whole game just about him passing to the other side, the kid specifically? Great, man. Thank you, Small. I appreciate that. I'm a little bit confused because I'm not good with metaphors, but... It's Spiritfarer all over again. I need a shower. I need a shower again so I can cry. Oh, Nero, how's it going? Well, what is it? It's denial. 5 stages of grief again? It's like denial, anger, bartering, hopelessness, and then acceptance. Stages of grief. Yeah, denial, anger, bartering, depression, and acceptance. The denial part I don't fully understand. I don't know. I think it's because I played it in parts that didn't help. With gratitude and homage to Sylvia for the unacceptable voice guiding us in the midst of darkness towards our dreams. God, that's a lot of stuff that I'm not going to be able to read fast enough. Because I'm realizing there's a bunch of English in there, but brain's having a hard time finding the English. Support, thank you. Yeah, this is very hard to keep up with. Brain can't catch all this stuff, though I presume some of it is, how to say it, like it's just a bunch of different messages to a bunch of different people, so the language are in the language that it's required to. It's not like this is, how to say it, like the first line and the second line are the same, they're just translated. It's like, no, they're all how to say it, they're all different languages from different people from the development, if I were to take a guess. But still, we did it! Also, shame on you, Searings. Shame on you. Also, I think it's interesting how, through the whole game, Kidscape is constantly bright and a point of color. Even in the darkest areas, it seems to glow almost in the grayscale. It do be like that, Small. I definitely caught that. There's a couple of areas where you're walking through some pretty dark spots. And like the kid in his scarf are glowing pretty notably. It's a bunch of thank you messages to their friends and family. Yes, what I'm saying, Bells. I'm just not good at expressing it. Like that, I'm like, yeah, we're only gonna make 2 hours. Whatever, finish game instead. I thought this game did an excellent job of drawing the player in. Here's Lindsay Sterling. I don't quite understand the reference, Nero, but I do definitely agree that this game drew me in. Like, the first time I streamed it, I was like, oh, we're definitely finishing this game. Like, and then I played it the second time and was just like, I almost don't want to put this down, which was yesterday, but unfortunately, there's no reference. Yes, we talked about this before. Sorry, Nero. You did say this and I just forgot about it. Sorry. I am very, very, very bad with names. And also thank you, Fenrir. Will that feeling of I can't put the game down is how I finish a game within a week. Yeah, but we're different, Ling. I am constantly feeling like I'm not doing enough things, so I have to put the game down. I wish I could be like you and just be like, hunker down. Will you be live for a bit more? Why? Why, Haya? We're about to wrap up. We just beat the game. Thank you for streaming. Peace out. No problem at all, Nero. Thank you so much for stopping by. Too late. No! No! bad, Haya. Wait, is Haya streaming right now? Can someone check if Haya's streaming? I don't want to stop the music for at the moment. She is. Oh, wait, you are spared. Dang right. Haya, freaking, what is it? Akamana, I think is her name, is graduating today. Raid her. Me yelling as if, like, I'm still actually on Haya's screen. I'm just like, don't do it! Don't do it! There you go, everybody. We beat another game on stream! Now that's another one to add to the list. Graduation. So she's quitting then? Yeah, she has to stop. I don't know the reasons behind it. Nope, there you go. Denial. Anger. Oh, that's anger. Bartering. The bartering one I don't think I fully understand. This one I understand. But the bartering one I don't know if I fully understand it. The acceptance definitely makes sense. Bargaining, sorry. What's this? Yeah, I know that, Ling! I don't know. Was I saying bargaining or bardening? It doesn't go in order specifically. No, of course it does. Haven't you seen shows, Ling? It's always denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. It's always that. Need to stop thinking about the story or crime. Maybe I'm just a broken bum, but like, I'm just okay with it. It was a fun game. It had a really good feel to it. It was very fun to explore and find things. I'm not sad though, and I don't know why. As a psych major, it's always hilarious to think about this because you legit start seeing people point fingers at each other. First of all, I didn't know you were a psych major, Ling. Second of all, yes. Always argue with everybody. Always. Woo, thank you. It was a joy to see them again. And your presence always nice. That's very kind of you, Small. I appreciate that. I feel like I wasn't as present today as I could be. I know I wasn't as present yesterday as I could have been. I just need to... I don't know exactly what I need to do. I need to figure it out. And that's how you end up on depression. What do you mean? Arguing with people? No, that keeps you in anger. If you just keep arguing, Blue... Oh, sorry, I missed the messages between Ling and you. Sorry. No, I caught it. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm a little behind in chat right now. Always argue with people. So you went to law school? Oh, no. In fact, I went for alternative energy and went for 3D animation art and design. There is no argumentative schooling background. But arguing, you know, sometimes being the devil's advocate can be fun. And then people get mad at you when you realize that they're not registering that you're being the devil's advocate. And it's like, maybe I should have said at the beginning to play devil's advocate for a second. You know, sometimes you goof. Missed a lot of things, though. Ugh. Will is my favorite history teacher. I am not a history teacher. I'm not smart enough to be a history teacher. Wait, what the heck is extras? Oh, there's different outfits. Yep, there's the toys that I managed to get access to. No, I didn't say... These controls are a little wonky. Look at my dude, I'm not a regular, so maybe... It's that I don't know what you normally are on stream, but I personally thought you did fine. That's appreciated. Goodness gracious, I don't want to do that again. Turn to main menu, please. Blue and orange. They got my colors. They got my colors, blue. Ah! But just so I'm clear then, because I'm not a smart boy, what we were going through was the father's stages of grief, then specifically, from the perspective of the son, because that's who's in the forefront of his mind that he's trying to deal with in terms of grief. I presume that's what it is. You were spared the raid, but I'm here to cause problems on purpose. Haya, did you raid Akamana? I don't know if her name is Akamana. I don't know her very well. I'm just aware of her through Kaju and through Dorn. Is that who you raided? You did raid Aka. We're going to be raiding her in a second, too. I'm just asking chat about information about this game because we just beat it. Can't believe you would raid me and not Akka. How could you, Haya? How could you? See? Argue with everyone. Especially your rival. Meh. I'm being unreasonable. Stinky boy. Wow. But Will, you're not a philosophy major. I probably could have been. I probably could have gone down the philosophy rabbit hole. Stinky like quail. Wow. That also means I'm a precious baby, though, so. Checkmate. Haya. No! 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 I'm moving too quickly for my microphone or my camera to catch me. So no, 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 no. Nope. It's gonna keep doing this. Not me. Never. I think we're gonna go raid. I think chat's being a jerk right now. Why do you sound like you're melting for a moment there? Oh, I'm just going but I keep leaning away from my microphone, so it probably has a very strange sound effect to it. I'm just being upset because people are making bold presumptions because of a joke that I made. I made a haha. I'm always a jerk. Fenrir, no! Sometimes you gotta calm your aggressions and loosen up for people. Loosen up? I think that'd be right. Yeah, instead of being uptight. Usually people who are uptight are normally jerks, right? Maybe that's an unreasonable statement. Maybe out of my mind. What do I know? I'm not a people person. Ugh. Streamer makes funny joke. Chat, this is now canon and lore, and we will not forget it. They'll forget. They'll forget, Haya. They'll forget. They have to forget. So I'm just like, wow, isn't it crazy that today is the end of September? Me here with my popcorn bowl. This is not uncommon, Small, of me fighting with chat. Because I said one thing because I thought in the moment it would be a funny joke. And then everyone's like, oh, he said that thing. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that was in quotation marks. You can't take that out of context because you're not even you're not even registering the context that it was said in. Ma'am, I can delete that. I can delete this VOD. I can and will delete that clip. Put it in the Discord, Bells. Yeah, go ahead. Put it in the Discord. It's going to be linked back to Twitch, and if I delete it, it's gone. You pick the IRL long dialogue option or the wrong dialogue option. You are correct. I goofed. I clicked the joke button, and now everyone is like, and I'm like, no, 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 nah, no. That. All right. No goofing. No goofing. Goofing up. You guys are goofing. You're straight goofing. Oh, God. Okay, now I gotta look. Which frickin' Discord? Which frickin' Discord is it in? Is it there? I'll say goodbye to that clip, nerd. Hiya, were you streaming with Brick Muppet? That's awesome! Sorry, I only just got a chance to look. I don't even think Haya's here anymore. If she knows what's good for her, she knows that she's not here anymore. Don't make me turn this car around vibes. Oh, you have no idea, Small. Every stream, there's one, and it's normally Belle's, and she seems to wonder why I fight. We watched 2000 Leagues Under the Sea. You guys watched a movie together? That's awesome. Hell yeah. 10 out of 10. Hope that it was a good time. But all right. I've done nothing wrong. You know what you did. Brick knows a lot about old movies. It was great. Oh, Brick used to, I think almost once a week would watch like an old movie with chat. He knows a heck ton about old movies as far as I'm aware. But all right, everybody. I'm starting to fizzle out again. I swear, I promise chat right now, tomorrow I will be more well rested. Heck, I'll take a melatonin tonight to make it happen. Oh, wait, no, I won't, because I'll be groggy as heck for stream. Ugh, melatonin. Blech. Do a sleeping stream. Okay. Is that what you wanted? Those are popular. No. No. I will not do a sleeping stream. Because one, I would need assets to make my character correct. Although I feel like a sleeping stream for VTubers, all you need to do is just make sure that the character is animated to look like they're breathing properly. And then you just activate stream, show them sleeping, quote unquote. You can just put them in a face mask. Exactly. And then just have a light animation of them. And as long as that's happening, you literally just turn on stream and you go like, well, that'll take care of itself. Wander off to go do chores. Will gets rested when he has to change. When he changes to Will Sleeps, maybe. It's too complicated. The brand is already put in place, Fenrir. Otherwise, maybe. I think Twitch is a new guideline. Sleeping is potentially against TOS. Really? Interesting. I'm learning a lot of things today. Hold on. I'm going to already grab her name. here. This thing. This is another thing. I forgot I had a bunch of streamers. Hold on. You gotta provide interaction or something. The guidelines are vague as AF. Yeah, that's not surprising. That's not surprising whatsoever. You could put some word game up and it would work, right? Ooh. Give money to blare air horn noise to wake him up. There's your interaction. There were some streams where people were like legit borderline like torturing people. Where like there was a guy in a really small room that was too small for him to lay down. And like chat could do like monetized redeems where they would and have a good one, Fenrir. Thank you so much for stopping by. Like they would like could redeem for money like horns and like loud noise, and he was supposed to be in there for like 24 hours, and if he wasn't, he had to like sell his car or something. And after like I think 14 hours, he just like broke down crying and just like got let out. Like it was really bad. Especially the ones where they like add hours onto it when people donate. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing something like that, Small, on the 26th. But I'm gonna start it at 3 hours. And, you know, add hours to that. We'll probably actually cut it off after a certain amount too. That's probably the safest thing to do. I still gotta figure it out. I need to plan things. I don't have time to plan things. I get too focused on things. It's terrible. But I'll get it sorted out within the next day or two, hopefully. Hopefully in the next 3 days at least. Need at least a week before so peeps know that a thing is coming up and everybody can get excited about it. When in doubt, wing it. Sounds dangerous, Ling. Sounds very dangerous. Right now, my only focus, because I know the only thing I'm going to focus on, is trying to beat Cyberpunk 2077, you know, off stream, because I just need to beat it. I've put it off for so long. I've had it since it's the release. And I'm just like, how have I never beaten this game? Oh my god, just beat this damn game. I can't wait for the 6-hour Monster Hunter. That's also on the list, Bells. Don't worry. The 300 follower stream, which is the 6-hour one, is the thing, and also the, what was it? I think we reached 100 subs points at one point, so that's another thing that we need to still figure out. October is going to be a very complicated month. That's all I have to say about that. I have to figure out a lot of things for October, because I'm not doing either of those in September. I'll frickin' die. Like, 3 hours per day streaming is already like, whew. If I were to add more to that, if I were to add a random 6-hour in there, the next day would just not happen. Be like, no. No dying, please. That's why I'm not doing it, Bells. That's why it's being, it's how to say it. It's being pushed back. Real spooky part of spooky month is all the responsibilities. Ugh. You're right. I've got some games lined up, though. I've at least got 2 games that I want to beat during Spooktober. And then, yeah, we're also doing the 300 follower, and we're doing the 100 subs, which is still mind-blowing to me that was a thing that happened. Just, like, why, you beautiful strangers, doing all the shenanigans. Anyway, I'm rambling right now. This is when I know that it's time that we're gonna raid, because I know that it's just gonna otherwise. So I already grabbed her name. So we're yep. Yeah, this is what I know that it's time. All right, we're going to be raiding the Akamana. She is, I will read out loud, Executive Secretary for Play Asia, Degen Oni-san, and then a bunch of hashtags, and I don't really understand what they mean. But she's graduating today because of IRL reasons, if I recall correctly. I don't know the full story. It's not my place to know regardless. The point is that she's graduating, and we're going to go support her on her last day of streams. Because why would we not do that? So, in case somebody wants them, socials. And thank you guys for being here. Yeah, thank you guys. I'm going to have to also write down that we beat this game. It'll be added to the list at the bottom. The list continues to grow. There we go. So, if you're subscribed, please use the bottom raid message. If you are not subscribed, please... Wait, top raid message. If you are not subscribed, use the bottom raid message. Everybody, thank you so much for sticking around. Whether you were chatting, whether you were lurking, whether you just popped in and out for a second, know that you were super appreciated. Hope that you guys are having a great day, afternoon, evening, or night, whatever time it might happen to be for you. Hope that you guys are taking care of yourselves. I hope that you're drinking plenty of water. And when you finally do sleep, whatever time it might happen to be for you, hope that you have a very restful sleep. Thank you so much, bedheads and sleepy breads, for sticking around. And I hope to see you guys at the next sleepover, which is tomorrow. We're going to do some art. Kaju has a strange art prompt. We'll see how that goes. Bye for now. Yeah, that makes sense. That's it. Nailed it. I crushed the outro. Bye.